Welcome to Fan Dummies. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Greg.
Today we're going to talk really quick about episode 3 of Star Trek Lower Decks from season 2, called We'll Always Have Tom Paris.
Oh, I thought it was called the Shack Attack.
Yeah, it should be. Shaq is back. Oops. There's going to be spoilers in this episode, so you've been warned.
And spoiled. So first, if you know, the elephant in the room is Lieutenant Shax is back, right? He's the Bajoran security officer. If you're not following, you don't remember because there's a lot of people on the Cerritos. They talk really fast. But anyway, just like a normal Lower Decks episode, it starts off with something very pedestrian, like getting ketchup on a hot dog, but it's like a weird green, like kiwi ketchup or some weird thing. So
that's what catches you off guard. You're like, what is he ordering? And then you're like, oh wait, that's Shax's.
Yeah, pretty funny writing.
And since Shax sacrificed himself to save Rutherford in the season finale, Rutherford just has to know how Shax is back.
Yeah, and that's the messed up thing, because the audience never really knows how they brought Shax back. He did end up telling Rutherford, but then Rutherford's like haunted by the news, which is not good.
Yeah, he can't handle it deep down.
You can't handle the truth.
Now, Greg, since you're the biggest Star Trek fan, I'm going to ask you this. Now, there has been other Star Trek characters that have been brought back to life. Who are some of them? I know Spock was one of them. I remember that movie.
Yeah, I don't think I probably know them all, but, you know, Boimler says they don't like it when they ask how they come back. This is a quote. It's probably a transporter buffer thing. And then Mariner says it could be restored Katra. So the transporter buffer thing is Scotty. They find him on a crashed ship on a Dyson sphere. I can't remember what movie or episode. I think it was a Next Generation episode. But then Mariner says, yeah, or a restored Katra, or a mirror universe switcheroo, or the Borg rebuilt him. So the restored Katra thing is, I'm guessing, Spock. Then Boimler says, oh, he could be the future son of an alternate timeline, or maybe he's a Genesis device or a time ribbon. So Genesis device, again, Spock. Time ribbon is Kirk. And, you know, Mariner says, or he's trapped in the Nexus, which is the time ribbon. So I'm not certain on the alternate timeline thing, and I'm not certain about the mirror universe switcheroo, although there's tons of mirror universe switcheroos. We see it in Discovery. We see it in essentially every Star Trek series that exists. There's a mirror universe switcheroo. So could be anything that she's referring to. The Borg rebuilt him is a funny one, because the Borg did rebuild Kirk in a book that came after Genesis, but I don't know what Mariner's specifically referring to here. So if you know in the comments, you know, let us know. That'd be awesome to find out.
Yeah. So what, now there's 2 security officers? Because Kayshawn, we just met him in the last episode. Now Shax is back?
I guess so. I don't know. I mean, when the walls fell, I'm not sure.
Well, if you're liking the Star Trek Lower Decks review episode, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and come back next week, because we're going to have another review on our episode 4.
Yep.
I'm liking this series.
Yeah, this is the first time we're doing an episode by episode kind of breakdown, Easter egg review type thing.
Yeah.
So let us know if you like it.
Talk about a difficult return with Shax. But Boimler, man, he's having a hard time coming back on the Cerritos as well. Yeah,
this is a really weird thing, because Shax is not having a problem, but yet Boimler can't even get doors to open. And this episode is titled We'll Always Have Tom Paris, but he isn't really in it very much. He's really more in it as a plate, or like a likeness on a plate, than the actual character is in it. And really this whole episode is about Boimler wanting to get his plate of Tom Paris signed, because he's a fan of Voy. He's got all the plates of all the Voyager bridge crew, and he gets them signed. Mariner gives him constant crap about it. Like, even at the end, she's like, did you get your bowl signed by Chakotay or whatever? Which is the best line in the whole episode. And it really makes it hard when Boimler gets back, because he's not in the system. Somehow Shax can order ketchup, but Boimler can't order food. Right. And this is kind of the main storyline for Boimler throughout this episode.
We never got to see Tom Paris sign the plate, which I thought was kind of disappointing. Kind of just left it all. They kind of just left it out, and I guess Boimler was going to go for drinks with them later, but they didn't even show that either.
Yeah.
Wish we would have got more Tom Paris.
Me too. But the funny thing is you can order this Tom Paris plate in real life and have it.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
They think of everything. If you're not familiar with who Tom Paris is, we keep talking about Tom Paris, but some people who aren't familiar with Star Trek might not know who Tom Paris is.
Good old Lieutenant TP.
Do you believe that, Greg? That
No.
could be something?
Probably not.
Well, he was on Star Trek Voyager, Star Trek Boy.
Mm-hmm.
From 1995 to 2001, he was Lieutenant Tom Paris on that show. And Greg, is Tom Paris a salamander?
Yeah, so Mariner makes this statement early on, so I just wanted to add some context to that. Tom Paris gets turned into a salamander in Voyager Season 2, Episode 15, called Threshold. He tries to break the trans-warp barrier or go to warp 10 or something. It alters his DNA, it turns him into a salamander. He comes back, gets Janeway as his salamander bride. He converts her to a salamander, and they make the funky whistle. It's quite the episode.
How do I not remember this episode? Maybe if I saw it, I'd be like, oh yeah.
You might not be able to identify salamander special time.
Yeah, probably not. Oh gosh. Well, Mariner and Tendi, they team up to go on what was supposed to be a super easy, fast away mission to pick up an ancient artifact for Dr. Tiana, aka Girls Trip. Did I do that right?
They should have treated themselves when they were out.
At Quarks?
Yeah. Treat yourself.
And Mariner and Tendi, they realize that they don't even really know each other during this episode. Mariner doesn't even know Tendi's first name.
Oh, that's awkward. It's funny though.
Yeah, and they never go on away missions together, so it was kind of fun. But it was also kind of disappointing to me because I thought Boimler was going to be back on the team.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't even interacting with Mariner or Tendi or Rutherford really the whole episode, just a little bit.
No, but they dropped some hints for Mariner and Boim to kind of, the romantic interest. I guess apparently everyone on the ship just assumes Mariner and Boimler are together.
Yeah, and like Tendi and Rutherford are together as well.
Yeah. I mean, makes sense to me. The best part of the girls' trip, honestly, is when they land initially.
You gotta say, girls trip.
Girls' trip. When they land, you see a Quarks signage. It just says Quarks, and he's like holding Latinum, which I thought was really good. But on the other side of that, there's a Vic Fontaine sign. And if you remember who Vic Fontaine is he's actually a holodeck singer in Deep Space Nine and works, in Quarks. So all of the holodecks in Deep Space Nine are controlled by Quark. So Vic Fontaine is, I guess, technically Quark's holodeck character. So I just thought that was interesting. Basically, Quark has taken over this planet with the entertainment.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. Also, we find out that Tendi has a pirate name, Mistress of the Winter Constellations.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder what that means, but...
I think it's just so that she can say, winter is coming when she comes into a room.
Probably.
Well, as you can probably imagine, Mariner and Tendi, girls' trip works out. And on the way back, Mariner concocts this idea to ram the shuttlecraft into the Cerritos in order to explain the Doctor's broken family heirloom, which it does quite well. And it was pretty funny because the shuttlecraft just like bounces off the ship, which who knows if that would really happen or not, but I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah. It's like they're coming in at the Cerritos. It's like, boing.
It's like damage report. None. That was weird.
There was a bee in the ship, or what was it?
Bees in the ship. Bees in the ship.
Oh goodness.
So Aaron, what would you rate this episode out of 5 stars?
5.
Yeah, it was amazing. Was it better or worse than the previous episode? The same 5.
I think the same. Maybe the previous episode too was better because Boimler came back, and I was really happy about that.
No, this one was way better because it had Tom Paris in it and lots of Voyager references. So I like this one a little bit better. So more 5 stars for this one. But thank you so much for watching our Star Trek Lower Decks mini episode review. What are you hoping to see in season 2 of Star Trek Lower Decks? We would love to hear from you in the comments below. If you like this type of content, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, hit the bell so you don't miss it. We're going to have one of these every week until Lower Decks is over. You can find us on all social media at FanDummies. We just launched this awesome feature in our Facebook group where we list out all the shows that are coming, when they start and when they end, when they're going to be talked about on the show. A bunch of amazing stuff that if you're a sci-fi fan or a superheroes fan, right, you don't have to like Google when does Discovery start, for example, right? You'll just know because we'll tell you in our Facebook group. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We have lots of great Star Trek content up here. You just have to, click the box. Just give it a click. All right. Thanks again.